Hey, Joycey. What you been doing? Galena. Okay, baby doll, leak or lurk as long as you want to. What's a misting exercise? Something health related? Let's see. Do it this way. I'm starting to see what kind of lag there is. 1, 2, 3. Okay, that's not too bad. Not too shabby. There have been many videos on today with the gang. I like misting exercise better. I see visions of a fairy fluting around her studio with a spray bottle. Shh, 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 shh. I'm yawning. Damn it. A little light does make a difference. It's a ring light that I got to go on my phone. Love me some dirty plate. Hi, Christy. We're just fiddling around till the cows come home. Had such a good time at Rosemary's Saturday. Always do. I'm going to have to get my chair high enough up in the stars that I can hold my stuff. It just keeps stacking. I've got my big jelly plate underneath this whiteboard, which is a clipboard turned upside down. And then now I've got some pan pastels. Rosemary has such a nice area. It's got 2 long work tables put together, so you can just spread out all over a table. Doesn't take me long either. ahead of myself. Ooh. Why would you not be happy, Christy? It's Tuesday. I was kind of afraid I might not make it on today, but because we switched from Cox Cable to AT&T for the millionth time. We switched back and forth, it seems. Our Cox cable bill, and that includes high-speed internet because I have to have it. I mean, there's so much I do online, and otherwise it's the spinning wheel of death. So anyway, $350 a month for big TV channels. So we decided we were going to start being frugal and see if we could live on our Social Security, which is going to be a real joke. We'll be eating gruel. But anyway, we did the same thing to our cell phone bill. We owed AT&T $270 a month. Randy went in and said, hey, we're switching to Walmart family plan. And they said, well, how much was it? $99. Well, we've got a deal that'll get you everything the same for $99. Come on. If you can do it part-time, part of the time, you can do it all of the time. Card check, Dr. D. I'm supposed to have faster internet now. We're going to see. How's yours working out? Lori? We're getting there. We're getting some folks. Randy switched out his iPhone last week. And, got a new case and everything. So I said, hey, we've done business with him forever. He's real good friends with one of the managers. I said, hey, do you think it's time for me to get a new phone? No. Well, do you think I can get a new case? You guys, he took my case off. It's been on there 4 years. The damn thing practically fell apart in his hand. It was nasty with paint. He took it in and showed her. She said, my God, I ought to send this into the company for a quality review. So anyway, I got a new case. Hey, Deb. If you're new here, welcome, welcome. We're a fun group, and the girls are nice, and if they're not, I get on to them. What time is it? 3:58. So anyway, I was glad the guy was here from 11 to 2:30. The only thing we don't like about AT&T TV is the remote doesn't have voice search. And we really got attached to that on Cox, but not for $200. Jacqueline, hi. Lisa. Glad to see some new names. Hi, Lori. Glad to see ya. Did y'all behave this last weekend? I mean, I know I wasn't on, so I hope you behaved. I am too, Danielle. I hope y'all have your little notification bell rung so that you get a notification. Sometimes, you know, they don't work all the time. YouTube likes to keep us guessing. Still thinking about what I'm going to do with you. Oh, thanks, Sonny. Did you see that nice book I won the other day? I was so shocked, y'all. I won the grand prize on Robin McClendon's giveaway, and it is a leather handmade journal book, handmade by Robin. And she is everything ticky that I'm not. So if you see me get sloppy and just leave a rough edge, hers are trimmed off neatly. So anyway, I've learned a lot from her and thoroughly enjoy. You can do her Patreon for as little as $1 a month and get access to a lot of stuff. A lot of stuff. I can't keep up. But anyway, she's a jewel. We all have to help each other in this dog eat dog world. So I tell you about channels I like, and you tell me where you came from, and it's just one big happy family. Yeah, she is generous and kind. She's a special person. She's a professional bookbinder, among other things, and has taught this discipline in college level courses. So anyway, it's really fun to watch a real professional work. Learn some tricks too. I'll have to show you guys the next time I do a book. Hey Gail, I missed you. Hey, you told me you won some oil paints. What'd you win? What kind? Oh, for anybody that's watching, this is originally recorded as a live. So as we all chat and everybody catches up with each other, you can fast forward through it and go straight into whatever the subject matter is of the day. And I say whatever because sometimes we just don't know. Kind of like a box of chocolates. I'm in Arkansas. Who are you? Sunny. That makes me think you're California. I don't think Core has oil. Golden does. Gambling does. No, I don't even think Golden does. They're all acrylic. And the watercolor. Cool. You're out there in hot country. We're here. It's 55. It was 55 this morning. It's just now getting warm at 78. Well, you'll have fun with those, and they will last you so long. That half a tube will last you a while. My accent. Oh my God, I can't get away from it. But I'm kind of proud of it. And if I get around a group of family, it really comes out. Remember the other day when I was making the washi tape out of silver leaf? I've got a coarse silver all over my desk now. So I've just been pulling it up and putting it on my jelly plate. Y'all want to see this luscious goodness? Yeah. I like keeping this beside me when I'm rolling out, and I mix my color on here because then I can control it better when I put it on the plate. So that's what I like to do. Hey, Fun. Where in Arkansas were you born, Sonny? Fort Smith. Well, that's where Rosemary Morris lives. That's where I was Saturday. We had to wait for the river to go down because the interstate bridge was closed off and on for a time that last week. So anyway, okay, I spent the day at Rosemary's, and she had me bring my pan pastels and my alcohol markers. So while she was playing with the alcohol markers, I played with the pan pastels. She did a few and then slipped off. So the point to it is that you use your pan pastel to put it down under a stencil, through a stencil, and do all the colors the way you want them. Pull the stencil up and put down white paint and roll it. And because the pan pastel sticks to a clean plate, which, you know, that doesn't happen here with me, you can roll the paint over it and not pull all the pan pastel up. You'll get some of it, but not a whole lot. And then you get your second pull. Bore you guys to tears. You get the second pull and a third pull. So this was one of my first ones. And then I went back, I don't know, I think, no, this was the second one because I went into the metallics. I haven't used the metallic pan pastels very much, but they are pretty. So anyway, then you pick up, of course, things that are left on the plate. But doing it on this thin paper, this is masking paper from the painting department at the hardware stores. And you get these wrinkles, which just makes it look fresco-y. So that's what I call it. So there's that. And here is my first play. I did pan pastel with glazing medium instead of white paint. So it's a thing you have to, here's another glazing medium one. You definitely have to play with it, and bigger spaces and brighter colors work better than softer colors. But it's fun to play with, and it gives you some good little textury bits. And let's see, that was, this one's cool. And another one with glazing medium. So just seeing and playing what it'll do. Whoops. And at some point, she had a beta fish or, beta fish stencil. And it didn't come up the first time, but it came up on subsequent times. It made it fun. And here's an example of a little floral. Stencil doesn't have much on it, but this was the first pull. So put the stencil down, painted the flowers however I wanted them, pull the stencil up, white paint, and do a pull. And then immediately put, I don't think I put any more white paint. I think I just did a second pull. And then this is the third pull. Now this brown paper was perfect because it was filler paper in a box. I want to say from Mr. Art and maybe Jerry's Artorama. This long paper is just wadded up and twisted for cushion. So I got a box one day and it had a whole lot in it. So I just got it all out and rolled it up, and I've kept it. It really makes cool jelly print pulls. With all the little crevices. And again, it's a lightweight paper. It's not as heavy as craft. What do you think? The green paper is masking paper. It's what painters use when they're painting a room to protect the walls from painting the windows. That's what it's meant for. But it works well for us. And the other paper was just packing. Now doesn't that look like an ancient fresco? Isn't that cool? And here's a wisteria. I was getting bored in the afternoon when I did this. And then here's the second pull. Sometimes you can't quite tell what they are, but Let me see if that's all of those. So then, you know me, I was fiddling around, and it was, you know, after 3 or 4 hours, you get tired. So I painted a face on my Gelli plate with pan pastels and picked it up with the glazing medium. And so all the crinkles kind of make it look, everybody said, oh, you painted Jesus. I said, no, I didn't. It's a girl. It's a girl. So anyway, that's the way one of them turned out. I think this one was my first one. And I never did quite get as good a one as I got on the first try. Well, this paper isn't good quality, but the theory is because it's going to be encased in matte medium, because you've got acrylic on the front and you'll have acrylic put it down, that this won't deteriorate like plain old paper. So this is not good paper. Strathmore's got a good toned paper. I've got it in the sketchbook or the drawing weight. Thanks, Lisa. And oh, we've got more. That's a second pull. I never did get as good a drawing as I got the first time. And look at this one. Just looks like the plaster has cracked. That one's kind of scary looking. Part of the face. Anyway, I'm just getting some really cool pulls. They don't creep you out, but I can always just use part of it. You know, I could use a strip and you'll never know. Here's another cool Fresco looking. I've got some gold in there. That one was pulled with, I guess, white. Oh no, that was with the pink, Walmart pink, that around Simply called Portrait Pink. And this one used, this is a horrible, horrible one, but this one used color shift. I'm coming to get you. Just experimenting. Here's one of the waxes. It's the one I bought, the Gilder's wax. I don't see it, I just had it out. So I thought I would see what happens with the Gilder's wax. I can still feel it. It still comes off too. So, you know, if that was an issue, you'd have to coat it with something. Look at those. Okay. There's another ghostly. And this is the last one. And I used some of the chalk. What's it called? Damn it. Y'all know what I'm talking about. The what's it called? Chalk paste over here. So just to see what it would do. So there's my Fresco. And then Robin McClendon the other day encouraged us all to do not ICADs, but similar. Same, but similar. Or same, but different, the way it goes. I had done some a long time ago, but I was doing index cards on a Rolodex. So I already had my Rolodex. And let's see, what those are blanks. And Shannon Green had one of these, so of course I had to get one of these. And when the post office shipped it, they broke one of the round handles off, so I ended up getting it free. We like free. And then I glued the knob back on with E6000, is that what it is? And I was playing here, I guess, with, I don't know, I'd have to decipher my note. It's one of the, maybe the distress inks or distress, you know. So anyway, I've got a good start on my little book. So I thought that if the spirit, if the ICAD spirit moved me, we might do some of that. So let's play with some Fresco. What do you say? Oh, wait up. Oh, cool, Gail. Sunny Deb, I used my finger because I couldn't find my soft tools. So I just used my finger. Rosemary used cosmetic sponges. Yeah, and Sunny, put your thing in all caps if you want my attention. I try to stay up, but sometimes it gets kind of wild. Okie doke. Now, because I am a pastelist, I was at the 2005 IAPS, that's the pastel convention, in Albuquerque the year that Pan Pastel announced their product. And in the pastel world, you tend to buy the whole set of stuff. But I thought I would explain to you guys, this is the metallic and a blender and a black blender with sparkle. So that's an extra product. Their regular line, and I remember this was designed for pastelists, okay? And in pastel, because it's a dry medium, you can't mix your color yourself. So you either have to glaze it. Just happen to have a card. Very lightly glaze it if your tool is clean, which mine's not. Okay. Now say I want a little bit of blue, I can glaze it. And that's sort of the way that stick pastels work, except with a stick pastel, it doesn't cover up everything that's under it. So you'll have skips and gaps and stuff because of the way they're made. Another big thing with real pastels is doing, well, I mean, real pastels, these are real, it's just a different form, is to do cross hatching, which puts you in the mind of what the impressionists did. But because of the nature of pen pastels, it obliterates everything that's under it. Stick pastels don't obliterate unless you press too hard. So anyway, the other thing about pastel work is that because you can't mix dry pastels except that way that I just showed you, when you have a color, let's just say a core color of, say, ultramarine, and I don't know what that is. By the way, these are artist qualities. That's phthalo blue. And then this one's probably cobalt. That's ultramarine. Okay, let's go with the ultramarine. When you buy a range of pastels, you try to look for a line that has 4 to 5 different values in the same ultramarine. So each of these 4 have the same ultramarine pigment in them. This one is, this row right here, the value 2s are typically just the pigment with nothing else added. So this would just be straight ultramarine pigment with nothing added. And then they go lighter, one lighter by adding white. And then they go darker by either adding the complement or by adding some black. And pastel companies do both. And these are in your artist quality. I have no clue what the others do. These are not chalk. We don't refer to them as chalk ever, ever, ever. Chalk is calcium carbonate or magnesium calcium or whatever. It's that stuff you write on your driveways with. This is fine artist pigment. So with that in mind, say you need a color in between those two. So you just keep messing with it until you get it halfway. And now if we want to go, well, let me do another one. Let's see that one right there. We want something between that one and this one. So that's how you mix colors. And they felt with all their research that 4 tones, so you've got your light, your medium dark, and your dark dark. And with that, you can mix anything in this range. Then when crafters and mixed media artists started buying these, they just cherry picked what color they wanted, which is fine. I mean, it serves the purpose. So anyway, there's your lesson for the day. I saw somebody over the weekend. I added the some of the waxes. Remember I talked yesterday about what do you do with them? I put some of the Decor metallic luster. Wax metallic finish, so it is a wax. And I had some that were trying to dry out on me, so I put water in them and put a fresh wet wipe in there. And after a couple of weeks, they've come back. So I saw somebody the other day playing with a silk screen, and I thought that I would see if Pan Pastel goes through the screen. I don't know if they still make it or not, but I have a kit from Tulip that you have to use a laser printer, a real dark print, and you print your print black so that everything there that's clear. My print was black. And so you stack this thing up inside the box it comes in, and there's a light socket. So just a low watt bulb will, develop, or anyway, makes it where you can take to the sink, wash it off, and everything comes off except what you've screened. So I think, let's see what we can do. Looks like it does pretty good. I don't know why none of us are ever happy. Oops, never mind. That was a flower. And it doesn't matter if it doesn't work. That's flour. Get your hands off my flour. Of course, y'all know me well enough to know that I tried it for a few weeks and put it up. I bought some refills though. I just hate product that you have to buy a refill or the thing's not good anymore. And this may not work. I just tapped into some orange with red. I've got that sitting over here to the side. And now let's go all orange with a little bit of red. I've done some real paintings with pan pastels, but toward the end, I always slip back into the sticks because you just can't get the same marks. And mostly in the pastel world, blending is not something that you do because it kills the pastel. Let's see if we got anything. I can't tell, and the reason why is because you can't ever tell. Yes, it is like a thermofax. A couple years ago, somebody was taping the edges of all of their stencils with duct tape. So for a week, pastel pencils I hardly ever use, but that's me. I can see some stuff on there, so let's and I just said that I like to roll it out over here. I tore this paper up. I was thinking about Gail. I tore the paper up before y'all came on. So we're going to have to do something about that, Gail. My favorite brand for people just starting in pan pastel, the hardest hard one is by New Pastel, made by Prismacolor. I don't know who makes it now, who the brand is, but it's New, NU Pastel. And those are used an awful lot for being one of the most inexpensive pastels. And the other one is Rembrandt. No, we didn't get much. You still see the face from the other day. Okay, so the silk screen didn't work off. Okay. So let's put that over here to go back with the stencils. And this is a Seth After. No, not Seth. God, I never can remember his name. He does work for Deco Art. I need another hand. Nautilus shell, sort of. I also used, I don't know where I got these. I think at Hobby Lobby. But you can use a Q-tip. You know, there's all kinds of things you can use. Except I wore through the end on that one. Feels like it's got matte medium on it, which comes as no great surprise. I'll put that down. And I just go from color to color. It does not matter at all if your pan pastels are dirty. It does not matter one whit. Because if you want them clean and perfect, then just get a Kleenex and wipe off a little bit. Now this is where I get into, or could get into if I weren't talking, a Zen moment where it becomes cathartic just to do the same thing over and over and over, but y'all get bored. And I also need to use more white paint. Oops, that's going into the next row. Okay, so now we're going to do this one. I was trying to think what sorts of pictures would be on frescoes. Just about anything, really. Especially back in the Pompeian days. Woo, did they put some stuff on their frescoes, on their walls. A fresco is made by painting into wet plaster. So the paint actually goes in into the plaster and almost becomes one with it. So that's how those things have managed to survive, is because the color is embedded. All right, there's your history lesson for the day. Now these lighter colors tend to disappear when the paint hits them, but we're going to try it. I just had a big time Saturday. Played until I played out. All right. Hang tag pulled up some of the dirt on my plate. This is how I store my stencils. I just have a little plastic hook, J hook there on my Amazon store. Really inexpensive. This blick bottle is so hard plastic, you can't really get it out. I'm going to use the same paper. And we're going to see what we get. Can't stand the touch. Yeah, I know there are people who don't like that. And then there are people who put gloves on thinking that they're saving their skin from direct contact with pigment, which they're not. Because inside the gloves, you develop a whole lot of bacteria. But yeah, I understand that. I use a barrier cream, like Invisible Gloves or something like that, because the powder does tend to make my hands dry out. But I kind of like the feel of it, and I love the sound of it. It's the most direct method of painting that there is, because there's nothing between you and the pigment. Cool. Picked up some of the wax, which is good. So, there you go, Vicky's Fresco. Dust isn't that big a deal. Where people make their mistake with the dust is that they're working flat and then they stand it up and shake it or blow on it, and that puts dust everywhere, when in essence you're supposed to put it on you're supposed to have it like this, and then the dust falls straight into a trough that you make out of aluminum foil or something like that, and then you save that and make a stick. So yeah, there are ways around that. I don't work on pastels flat ever because it interferes with what you're doing. That's cool. Didn't pick up, I didn't have enough white in there, I guess. Put that over in the pile. We used that one. And here is Patty Tolly Parrish. Yeah. And this is Moonmaker. Shoot. Can't remember their real name. I bought all their stamps, the ones that have the half white and half color. Save these. They're great with alcohol ink. And we're going to see what kind of pulls they do. And this one, oh, I told you that one's by them. So I'm just going to do that. And we'll make her a teal color. Kind of a dirty teal because my brush is dirty. I wish these little soft tools lasted longer. Whoops. I'll move the stencil and stay moved. I've got more stencils than I will ever use. I'm still in the Stencil Girl subscription thing every month. I've got 4 months of stencil packages I haven't opened. Isn't that awful? But I don't want to hurt Mary Beth's feelings. Okay, we got a good print there. I think I'm just going to use the same blues. We're not after a real design. We're just after the remnants of a design. The other thing I don't like about the soft tools, don't anybody tell Bernie, the owner, they turn hard after a time. You know, makeup sponges are $1 $1. I want to do another row. I forgot. Okay. want to put this ceramic coat. This is what Jane Davenport used to use for her skin tones with a puncture top. You know, a pouncer top, I mean. That black stuff's too hard to get out of the bottle for our purposes. Now, eventually, after 3 or 4 layers of new paint, the dried stuff on the edges will pick up. You better hurry, or you're just going to miss that open time. I forgot. Taste of crap. Welcome. Old and new, yeah. Y'all know me. The name on that stencil. Oh, this was the girls. Moonmaker. They're marketed through iStencils makes them. It doesn't have a name. They always put names on their stuff, I thought. There it is. The Moon and the Maker stencil by KP. It's KAEPEA. Oh, there it is. There it is. Trinity. And the number, you got it? The number is KP57-045. 5x7 stencil. See, we're already starting to pull some of the old. Now, this is not clean stenciling like you would that you would get under normal circumstances, but it sure does make a good texture. And I like this color with the browns. And now I'm going to take my so-called Beast book, so named by Janet, that everybody was just having tremendous amounts of fun with. So, of course, I had to have one. There's some kind of a wipe-off page. What am I going to do? I guess I'll just put some more of this on here. Got plenty. Boy, did I use plenty. This is just a book. Doesn't have any particular paper at all. And I didn't get any of the old. And now I've got wet pages. Starting to get some. Well, that's what an old plate will give you. And if you don't like grunge or fresco, you won't get that. I mean, you won't like that. That's what I'm trying to say. You won't like it. Once it starts coming off, see, it's just cheap paper. I love this little plate. Now, if I did something that there's a piece of paper that ripped. If I did something in here that I really, really liked, tear that page out and use it. It takes a lot of time, see? It takes a lot of time to build up all these layers. In general, less paint is better. When I started, I used bukus of paint. It would take 30 minutes for the paper to dry. But I've learned with Robin that the thinner coats are better, and then you can see what's under, what your previous layers are. All right, pretty clean. And it just, once it gets hard enough, it just comes off real easy. Or wet enough, I should say. Anyway, ta-da! My version of a clean plate. Now I'm going to dry these or I'll forget and they'll stick together and I'll have a mess. Can you believe how much money we're saving on our... We thought about cutting the cable completely and just, I mean, we're paying subscriptions on Hulu and Netflix anyway. But then when we checked into prices to just get internet without any home phone or TV, to get the same equivalent really fast internet that I have grown to know and love, it was almost as much as this plan. So it was close to $100, and I think this is $120. And we get all the TV. So it's amazing what you'll do to keep them sitting outside with a little mint julep, or, you know, gotta have that TV on. I want my tie. Me and this book may not jihad just a whole lot. Might encourage me to draw more. Okay, we're done with that. Yeah, let me see what y'all are doing. Okay, paper, old paint. This is one of the new Blit colors I got, Amethyst. This is a matte acrylic. What are you gonna do? You're gonna mess up, aren't you? That was an added bonus. My white was wet. Aren't you glad I cut my paper beforehand? I'm going to leave this one on just a little bit longer as a pickup print. We'll see what we get. Everybody that's new, welcome, welcome. I hope you think about subscribing and notifying, getting notifications. I stream every Tuesday and Thursday at 4 o'clock Central Time. And usually I average probably an hour and a half. I've gone over a few, 2 hours, 15 minutes before, but usually after I've talked and argued for an hour and a half, I'm tired. It's going to be interesting. See, isn't that cool? Looks just like an ancient fresco. Pompeo. See if I can get any of this down here. It's not wet enough yet. Now, here's the beauty. Go back to white. There's still pan pastel on this plate. Takes both hands. I guess what you could do is buy some of the crinkledy paper buy some of the masking paper and tear it off and crinkle it up like wax paper like Barb Owen was doing the other day. But it's the crinkles in the paper that's helping this effect. This will make some good pages in my idea journal. Look at that. We sometimes got the best pull with the third. So there's 1, 2, and 3. You can hardly see 3. I can see it really well here. Yeah, you see the ghost over. She shows up really good right here. Cool, huh? Yeah, I'm just going to go on. I think I'm just going to go on and do some regular. Listen to me. This is the coral color shift. And this is Golden's iridescent bronze. And this is the fluid. And teal. Oops, that hasn't been open. I know I've got another one. You're hiding from me. Here it is. This is an itty bitty one I got not looked yet. Doesn't take more than a couple of drops. Got too much of the blue. And I'm going to pull a little bit. Just to get some of the paint off. Excuse me. That's better. We'll just stick with the brown crumples. I always end up my mind gets confused over one pulls where you build up 5 or 6 layers on the plate and just do one pull, or the designs where you plan what you're going to put on the bottom. I sometimes get those confused, and every time I end up with too thick a coat, so you might as well just start over from there. Like if you're building up 4 or 5 layers, your back layer can be more solid, more opaque, where the other layers need to be. Ooh. I'm just picking up trace amounts. Nice. Okie dokie. This is the color shift in orange. I was going to put this in a smaller bottle, and I've already used a good bit of it, so there's no point. I am going to put this on here with a palette knife. Not much. These two colors together make a real nice olive green, or like we used to call it in the knitting business, Oliver. I'm popping this right on top of the last one we did. Can't really tell that I added much. Stay up there, damn it. I just love that crinkledy look. It almost starts to look like leather. I'm going to put just a tad more. Of the orange. I still can't see any orange. Damn it. Where are you going? It's probably blending in with the paper color. There's a little bit. All right, put the lids back on these before doing all crap. Same piece. So, Gail, have you oil painted before? We still don't have anything just really popping. Let's, what else do I have up here? Got a stencil stuck to another one. Come on, this isn't that hard. Just put it down. This is a purplish red. Sometimes it's fun just to do 2 or 3 nothing pulls just to get your plate, have something on your plate. That's just cool the way that pan pastel sticks. I'm gonna go back to white. Ah. Same print. Command with Cox. We're really gonna miss that. I bet one of those Alexa devices would perform that function. I'm just not crazy about having one of those in my house. I mean, I'm not a freak or anything about people overhearing me. They'd be so bored they wouldn't stay long. Here we go. I wonder what we're gonna get. It's the crinkly brown paper that makes it look old. Now that's good. That's got some good parts on it. Nope, nothing else. I'm gonna put down some. Hello, Leaning Tower Pizza over here. I'm gonna put some glazing fluid. And we're gonna really soak those edges. Catching some of these bottoms that I'm so glad I put that right on the edge. Wiki, wiki, wiki. Very subtle, but it's there. Wonder why I didn't do that long ways. Oh, I know, because I was trying to get stiff. See? I'm getting much more intense color here than on the camera. Got some of the old. Julio. Let's break up some of that stuff. See, this is the goodness that makes it look like an old roll. Like those in Europe where they're just allowed to peel and then they put more paint on them and then they peel some more. And a little bit over here. Okie dokie. Y'all bored yet? Let's break things up a bit. Here. I'm not disciplined enough to do any of the challenges for real. In fact, I wouldn't be here on Tuesdays and Thursdays if I didn't have an appointment with you. Where's everybody? Am I all by myself? Hi. My babies are back. Ooh, look. Now that is cool. Come on, focus. Come on. Anyway, that's pretty. Oh my goodness. What we got there? These edges are yielding some pretty stuff. I want a khaki color, and I don't think I've got one. I think my Celadon is empty, and I bought some new blue paints and forgot to get Celadon. Just about empty. Now, if I don't get it all, I can just peel it off, and we can do it all over again. Really need some. A little bit of orange. Orangey, orangey. It's fun. I think I'm all by myself. Uh-oh. Come on. I may have lost you. Wait a minute. I see more stuff over on my computer than I do. Hey, Beck. Gosh, I missed all you guys. I guess my phone was locked or something. Okay, I'm here on the computer. Are y'all still there? The computer doesn't appear to be. Okay, well, y'all didn't miss anything then. I guess it's my iPhone. I don't know. You know, we changed all the internet out. That could be something to do with my phone. The tan cream paint. I'm behind. The tan cream. This is the Celadon I used. Excuse me. It's more of a green. I don't really have a tan out. Look how pretty those pages are. I mean, cards. Now, if I want those in my journal instead of... Okay, what are we going to do over there? We're going to get some of that stuff. What are we going to get it with? Let's get it with what? Ooh, where you at? This is the way Vicki cleans a plate. Oops. You. All I have to do is punch cards on here. I mean, holes. And they'll fit on my Rolodex. There's still some yummy goodness there. See, that's what I'm after. Look, look, look. And you can't duplicate that. That's why I like a dirty plate. Okay, let's see. What we got now? Here's some Martha, still some pan pastels there in the middle. You see the glitter? Come on. There you can see it flashing out on us. Another yummy. Those are pretty. I have a golden iridescent bright gold. Those are expensive, but man, one drop. One drop will do you. Oh, Joy, see the pans? They're fine. They're sitting, well, I thought they were. They're not sitting together. They'll be okay. Okay, I think I'm caught up with you guys. You know, it wouldn't make any difference if I got paint in the pans. I've got the lids to these pans over in my flat file, but that's not that easy to get over there. Pretty. Now let's do a little more white. And then we'll just go until I get tired of it, and then we'll quit. I'll get those. Didn't get anything. I think we're just about done with it. All right. What time is it? 5:30. I don't know if anybody's streaming after me or not. So, we had fun. I did. Hope y'all did. Doesn't that just look yummy? So, welcome to the Dirty Plate Club. Now, this is how you get it off. It just peels. Just peels right off. I remember when we first got these plates, we were so careful. You weren't supposed to use glitter or inks or this is why I get my foot nails done, but not my fingernails. That's it. Where am I going to put it? Right here. Clean enough. There we go. It's back. Okay. I've got one of those stainless steel kitchen carts that Randy put 2 pieces of wood on. There. Now they're lined up. All right. Let's take a look at what we did before we go home. Ta-da! That's a beauty. Oh, he's on this side. Got some nice parts. There's another pull from that one. I love how you just see parts of the shell underneath it. And there's another one. I'm happy with those. They don't have to be in your face to be effective. I don't think I did that one. Yeah, I did. That's with those little stencils. The waxes do pick up, which is good to know because I've been saying, what are you going to do with them? Oh, that's from the other day, I think. Yeah. So, and we got all these little cards. Now I can't wait to get a dirty plate again. Of course, this one might be on the bottom. It wouldn't be sticking so good to the plastic. Nah, it doesn't have much. Has some. Now y'all know why I value it so much. The dirty stuff. Okay, anybody else got anything? Okay. I am back over here. Can you hear me? Hey, Rosemary. Rosemary and I played the other day. It's somewhere used for skin tone. Oh, that was that paint, the ceramic coat that Jane Davenport used to call for before she had her own paint. That was the other day. It really didn't show up much on this brown paper. This could have been some of it. But it does kind of add to the fresco look. I think this is some of it too. It just kind of blends into the brown. And I think it looks neat with the glazing medium. All those little wrinkles in the paper showing through. You are welcome. I think I'm gonna let you all go early. I had fun, and we'll have to use some of this stuff maybe on Thursday. If you make more jelly prints, you have to use more jelly prints. We also got some of the good stuff over here off the little plate. And like I said, these can be used too. I mean, they'd just be perfect. That's that skin tone. It looks green on the screen. So that's in the Beast book. I didn't use the shinies. Oh well, we'll catch those next time. All right, guys. Oh, is Beth on tonight? I will stop in. I'm glad y'all enjoyed it. And I will see you on Thursday. Over and out.